Hi guys, today we're going to be changing fractions into decimals, and in this first video we're going to be looking at some sort of simpler fractions. The first one we're going to look at is 7/10. If you'll look right here, the denominator, the bottom number, is a power of 10. That just means it's a 10, a 100, a 1,000. And when the bottom number, the denominator, is a power of 10, it's really easy to write that as a decimal. So 7/10, we're going to write that as 0.7. This first spot is the 10th spot. 10th spot. So 7/10 becomes 7/10. It's just written a different way. If we looked at another number with a 100 in the denominator, so 19 100ths, we could write that as 0. This is our 10th spot and our 100th spot. We could just write 19 in this space, 19 hundredths. If it was 19 thousandths, so 19 with a 1,000 at the bottom in the denominator, we'd write 0. That would be the 10th place, 100th place, 1,000th place. And we're going to write this 19 as far to the right as we can. So 19 thousandths, and then fill in these blank spaces with a 0. So this is great if our denominator is a 10, 100,000, 10,000, basically a 1 with some zeros after it. If it's not, then we need to do things a little differently. Let's think of the fraction 3/5. In this case, our denominator 5 is not a power of 10. It's not 10, 100, 1,000, but we can multiply 5 by something to make it a 10 or 100. If we want to turn 5 into 10, we're going to multiply by 2. 5 times 2 is 10. If we multiply the numerator, the top number, by the same number as we did the denominator, then these two fractions will be equal to each other. So 3 times 2 is 6. So 3/5, 3 over 5, is the same thing as 6/10. 6 over 10. And now we can write 6 over 10 as a decimal. 0. That's our 10th place, so the 0.6. Let's do one more example. How about 7/20ths? Again, 20, our denominator, is not a power of 10. It's not 10, 100, or 1,000. But we can multiply 20 by something to make it into a 10, 100, or 1,000. In this case, we're going to try to turn it into a 100. 20 times 5 is 100. So we need to multiply that 7 by the same thing. We're going to multiply times 5. 7 times 5 is 35. Now we have, so 7 over 20 is the same thing as 35 over 100. And now we can write this as 0. There's 2 places, tenths, hundredths, and we'll put 35 there. Alright, now it is your turn.